question, did Jackson Storm win a Piston Cup at the beginning of Cars 3? I mean, we were shown that he was a dominant competitor who was forcing veterans into retirement, breaking track records, and was even beating Lightning McQueen. But was Jackson Storm able to take the top spot as a rookie? Did he do what Lightning McQueen never could? Did Jackson Storm become the first rookie in history to win a Piston Cup? While we were never told the official outcome of Storm's debut season, I believe he did win. And here's how we know. You see, before the Los Angeles 500 began, the race where Lightning McQueen would have his big crash, we were told that this was the final race of the Piston Cup season. And you can even see that this is the case throughout the speedway. The Piston Cup was plastered up everywhere, just like at the races we first saw Lightning McQueen compete in at the beginning and end of Cars. If you remember from Cars, Lightning, Chick Hicks, and the King were all tied for the most season points heading into the final race, which set the stakes. Whoever crossed the finish line first would win the season title and the Piston Cup. But years later, in the final race between Lightning McQueen and Jackson Storm, unfortunately, even without knowing the total points for the season, it was pretty clear that Lightning and Storm were not close in points, and Storm was the favorite. You see, at the same time that Storm was dominating the Piston Cup circuit with a streak of 9 wins in a row, we were told in The Art of Cars 3 that Lightning had never had this many consecutive losses in his entire career. Jackson Storm was forging his identity as the new fastest rookie race car competing for the Piston Cup. And unfortunately, Lightning, the other veterans, and even the rest of the next gens could not keep up with Storm. I mean, going into the final race, it's not even clear whether or not Lightning was in competition for the Piston Cup. And honestly, how could he be when he was taking so many losses throughout the season? So to me, it seems clear. Going into the Los Angeles 500, Storm had the points to win. And unfortunately, the only race car who seemed capable of opposing Jackson Storm was Lightning McQueen. So when he crashed, Storm's Piston Cup win seemed almost inevitable. With no one left to compete against him, I think Jackson Storm won the Los Angeles 500, earned the most points that season, and became the first rookie in history to win the Doc Hudson Piston Cup. And why does that matter? It's because at the same race that Lightning's racing career seemed to end, Storm was able to accomplish the goal Lightning was so close to achieving in his own rookie season. But the tragedy of Storm's win and Lightning's crash doesn't stop there. You see, the Los Angeles 500 took place at the Los Angeles International Speedway, which, if you remember, was the same track where Lightning McQueen, Chick Hicks, and the King had their tiebreaker race. This means that Lightning McQueen had his big crash at the same place that Strip the King Withers had his. And on top of all of that, this was also the last race that Lightning McQueen and Cal Weathers would ever race together before Cal's retirement. The King and his nephew ended their careers at the same speedway. But while the King left his life as a racer with dignity, applause, and love, Cal was forced to see one of his friends, Bobby Swift, be forced into retirement, while the other, Lightning McQueen, was left in shambles from a career-ending crash. Sure, Jackson Storm accomplished the impossible. He did what Lightning McQueen failed to do in his own rookie season. He entered the Piston Cup circuit and won the whole thing. But in the process, Storm created a lot of carnage along his path to victory. And maybe Storm is convinced that there won't be any negative consequences for that decision, but I think there will be in the long term. I mean, Jackson Storm didn't just contribute to the downfall of Lightning McQueen, he isolated himself from the legends of the racing world and their allies. Like, do you really think Tex, the current owner of Dynaco and Rust-eze, is going to forgive what Storm did to Cal and Lightning? Do you think Lightning will easily forget how Storm antagonized him and disrespected him when he first came onto the scene? How does Storm think he'll be able to be a champion without the guidance and support of the elder statesmen of the sport, especially when those legends are choosing their own successors to mentor and compete against him? Lightning McQueen may not have won the Piston Cup as a rookie, but he got a lot more from showing mercy than he ever would have gotten by crossing that finish line first. If you enjoyed this video, consider following for more Cars videos like this one. And finally, I'm Isaac Carlson. Thanks for watching and have a magical day.